Hello, this is İsmail Haznedar. So greetings from Istanbul, from Turkey. I'm really glad to have a chance to welcome you to one of our webinar sessions. And today I have a great friend from Tunisia, Fares. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for accepting and being here.
Thank you, Ismail. Thank you for this invitation, and thank you for this great initiative, Gain Global.
I thank you. With all the contributions of the speakers and participants, we believe this days was very relevant to keep that communication strong and also the positive spirit. And today we will have chance to talk about the new area. We are in a new period, so how we can be ready, how we can prepare ourselves. You have a very interesting and very valuable content. I'm grateful for all the preparations that you will bring and share today.
Thank you. So what's the situation in Turkey actually?
So far we are good. It's pandemic affects everyone all around the world.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost same with the cycle wise. It moves through that growth and then maturity, and hopefully in near future if we reach the peak and to slow down. So mainly we are in lockdown period and phase, expected during Ramadan season still to be locked down at home, but later on maybe end of May to start to move smoothly. How is the case in Tunisia?
Same here. We have more than 800 cases. The growth is the same also. People are confined, but some people also are working. So we are trying to be careful. Actually, we are waiting also for Ramadan. Ramadan this year will be special for Muslim world, because we have a habit in Turkey, in Tunisia, and also in other countries to go outside by night, etc. In Ramadan this year will be confined, lockdown. So we have to follow the system.
It will be different. So the protection to stay home is important during this period as well. Meanwhile, I would like to greet our friends who are now part of this session. Thank you for joining us. You may say hi through the chat room that we have. You may share from where you are participating. You may put your cities or countries. We'll be really glad to greet your countries and cities as well. Meanwhile, if you have questions for Fares during the session or at the end of session, you may put them to the chat room or to ask us a question part. I will be glad to direct these questions to Fares and to receive the answers for that. Fares, I'll be glad to hear a brief introduction about yourself, and later on we may move smoothly to the session to discuss how we'll be ready for new era.
Thank you, Ismail. So welcome everybody. I'm Fares Ben Souilah from Tunisia. I'm working as international trainer. Also, I'm a coach, professional coach for companies, delivering trainings, and as a consultant also in human resources for a lot of companies like Microsoft, like Ooredoo, Orange, Telecom, etc. I'm working also as a radio host and journalist in Radio Shams FM, and I'm passionate by reading books, like you see in the background. So
very beautiful library.
My private library. And today I'll be happy to share with you some tips and techniques and tools also to prepare yourself and ourselves also for the new era, because confinement and COVID-19 is a special period for us. Our habits moved on and changed a lot. So I will share with you all the profiling tools, and also I will talk about new habits. By the way, Ismail, I found on Facebook something very important. When you were JCI International president, 5 years ago, you were here in Tunisia. So Facebook mentioned a memory. 5 years ago, like today, you were here in Tunisia as a guest, as JCI.
This is then perfect timing. It's like a 5th anniversary.
It's like an appointment, yeah.
I'm really grateful. I really had a good time in Tunisia. I had a chance to visit a couple of times. One was sure to Hammamet in World Congress. It was 2009.
Yeah.
Yes, very good World Congress, good site and good event. Later on as a president in 2015, and a couple of times to visit corporations as well. Last year I had a chance to come to Tunisia Oil and Gas Summit. It was like a regional event happening in Tunisia. So it was really nice occasions. And you are very professional. I mean, on your business, you have your radio show and you have your professional microphone. And can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah, now
I
you
have my
own
own studio. Because I started 3 years ago a YouTube channel. So I invested a lot in some materials to deliver some and to offer some videos like books, reviews. So I'm working also a lot with many companies to promote also books and to promote reading in Arab world and in Tunisia. This is why I have my own studio, but also I have my mic because actually I'm broadcasting my radio shows from home because we are obliged.
And you are used to this period. For us, it was a good initiative, to start for communication purpose. But I'm really glad to welcome very professional as a guest. Meanwhile, I would like to greet Bora and Sebastian. Also, I see Annalisa, Sandra, Gabi. They are all online. Greetings to them, to their cities. So we will be focusing today about preparation, about new skill sets, and to discover ourselves and how we will be building these new skill sets for becoming ready for new era. You have a presentation about this topic, I believe. We may move forward with your presentation, and I will be asking my questions during the session.
Of course, and every questions are very welcome. So we will start with some slides because I want to share with you some informations. And after that, we'll open the discussion. So ready for the new era. I want to talk about something which is very important because this period is very special for all of us worldwide. And I think it's time also to think or to rethink our life, to rethink our accomplishments, to rethink our skills, and move forward for the new era and for the new change. This is why I'm sharing with you the DISC profiling. The DISC profiling was founded by Marston, who is a psychologist. And the DISC is a very important profiling tool because it's based on observation, not on prejudices. Because if you want to say this person is a good person or a bad person or the bad mindset or good mindset, this is the prejudices. Everyone will focus on his or her background and education and will try to judge others based on that. That when we will talk about profiling, it's just observing other people. This is why Marston said that we have 4 profiles or 4 types of persons. The first person or the first personality is the red one, or the red personality. The red personality are...
I see your screen, but it's like a semi-screen. I'm not sure if we see the 4 profiles. We see just the right side of the presentation, most probably, the red and yellow. Maybe you may need to
So
let's see once more.
Yes.
you resharing once more?
To share again my screen?
Yes, please.
Yes. So, is it okay now?
Yeah, now it's full screen. I appreciate.
Is it okay? Nice.
Yes.
So let me be back to the red personality. The red personality are nice. Thank you. So the first personality is like people who are really direct, determined, assertive, and people who are independent. It looks like people who are aggressive or arrogant, but they are focused just on the goals and just on the tasks created by others. Even they are very efficient in realizing and doing jobs. Those people, they have some challenges. They decide very quickly, and maybe they will move on for right. If I am actually a red person, maybe I have to make a diagnostic about myself and to see what I can do, what are my talents, and what I have to add or to sacrifice from my personality, which is very, very important for future. I will move on to the yellow personality. The yellow personality is a person like who wanna a lot of fun, a lot of nightlife. They are communicative. They are enthusiastic, positive person. Very they can involve any group, any team. They are really maintaining a good network, and they are also very good in sales. Yellow persons have also challenges because we don't have a very perfect personality. The yellow persons, they are not really organized. This is why they have to think a lot about that. And also, if they are obliged to be organized because they are working in administration or in like an office or somewhere which demand that you have to be organized, yellow persons will suffer a little bit. But we can adapt yourself, and also you can work on it to develop new skills to adapt yourself to the environment. The third personality are the green persons. Green persons are people who are developing a lot of active listening. They are working a lot with empathy. They wanna help others. They don't say no to others. This is a big challenge for them. It seems to be very good or very good person, but they will suffer because they will realize after some years that they are serving people, and people will not offer them something. So this is a big challenge for them. Those people are really cooperative and reliable and loyal. But they are not really seem to be leaders. Even we have some people who are green, like Gandhi or like Nelson Mandela or like other leaders in some countries who are green, but they are able to lead because they developed new skills to make decisions, to work urgently, etc. Let's finish with the fourth personality, which is the blue personality. The blue personality is a person who is really organized, working on the objective, task-oriented. Also, they are precise, rigorous, and they are really severe with other people because they are asking themselves all the time why people are not organized, why people are not really involved or engaged in the organization or in the enterprise, etc. Let's finish this part with some informations. The most important thing that you have to know, all guys here in this conference, that we have the 4 personalities in ourselves. So we are happy to get them and to have them all in the same time, because it's very, very important. Imagine that a person is living with just red energy or green energy or yellow energy. It's not really affordable. It's not really very nice for them. So we have the 4 energy with some dominant energy, and also we have maybe less in other side. So
meanwhile,
if
Faris,
we focus on,
I'll interrupt also to ask the relevance of the colors in that perspective,
of course,
because we have 4 colors. It may be more imaginary than how you relate
why?
that one.
The why question, why we have red, why we have,
yes,
so yes. The red, the colors here is just to mention the energy. So if we focus on the red, we can maybe think about fire or blood. So it's like fire energy. The yellow, we will remember maybe the gold and the sun. So those people wanna influence the other. They are working on networking, and also they are motivated to influence the environment. The green, we can maybe think about the environment about the grass, something very calm. And the blue, maybe we can think about the sky or the sea. So it's something really, let's say, cold. It's not about emotions, but for the blue people, emotions are not priorities. This is why they seem to be cold people. So the blue and the red are task oriented. The yellow and the green persons, or they have the dominant green or yellow, they are human oriented. For the part red and yellow, let's talk about extraverted. If they are happy, you will notice that they are happy. They are excited. They express themselves. But the green and the blue persons are introverted. So they are thinking inside themselves. Everything is like mask. You cannot notice any emotion. If they are happy or unhappy, if they don't say that, maybe you will not notice this emotion. That's why I'm talking about the 4 personality that we have. First thing is to accept yourself. Because nowadays, people are trying to work more on their personality to adapt themselves, but they are suffering. But I have to accept myself in the first step. I'm a red-yellow person. That's okay. I'm not bad. I'm not good. That's me. And what I have to do to improve myself or to improve my skills, this is very important. So let's keep the good skill and also working on something new. So moving from actual situation or actual personality to desired personality. Even I'm a green person, but I have to be a manager one day maybe, or people offered me like a title, so I have to make decision. I have to work myself to make decision, maybe following trainings and other stuff. So accept yourself. We have a test, some free tests online in profile4.com or mydiscprofile.com, but they are not really precise. And we have paid also tests that can determine your personality.
Them? You said mydiscprofile.com and
profile4 for like profile4.com.
4 is for number or?
The number, profile4.com, yeah, the number.
Okay.
And
Thank
mydiscprofile.com.
Yeah.
So this is our personal.
Meanwhile, I put a question, which is your personality profile, to the polls. I'll be glad to see the participants, if they may answer, to see what are their personalities on profile. What is yours, Fares? So in which group you belong?
What do you think? So you're seeing me. It's based on observation. So I have my energy. So to try to imagine. You know me as a friend.
It should be more like yellow and red, correct?
Yeah, I'm yellow red, but I'm 100% red, which is seems to be dangerous. Okay, dangerous person, and I'm 97% yellow. This is a very good question because this is my natural profile. We have, guys, 2 profiles, the natural one and the adapted one. Because everyone will learn something in this life. We have a background, we have experienced it, we have experienced a lot of things, so we have a feedback. And I have to change things. If I'm a red person at 100%, so I'm a person that can offense, or maybe we say something that hurts other, and I don't have to do it. So I'm working on learnings to how to say that, to make my red light, because it's too dark. My red energy is too dark, so I have to make it light. This is very important. This is why I will move to the next slide to show you something. I don't know if we have some answers from the followers.
I'll come back
about their personalities.
Yes.
Nice. So here, as you see, we have 2 profiles, the natural one and adapted one. This is a case, this is an example. This person, for example, in natural profile has 64% in the red, 100% yellow, 25 for the green, and 43 for the blue. When we look to adapted profile, which is a mask, but it's not something negative, because all of us have a mask. The adapted profile, which is the profile that can be seen on the office, on the professional exchanges, etc. We have 79% in the red energy. So this person has worked a lot on him or herself, for example, to develop the decision making, to develop the quick work, because red energy can offer you the opportunity to work quickly, to do things urgently, or the green energy is for people who are doing tasks like slowly a little bit, but we need them also for research and development, for example, etc. And here, when we look to the yellow, it changed a lot. So this person maybe had experiences with people, limited the networking, maybe the communication, or maybe she or he was a salesperson, but now he or she's a manager. So they don't need to communicate a lot, maybe just with the colleagues or the team members. They developed also the green part, which is the active listening and working with the methods and with the strategies. And here we don't notice a change on the blue side. So be aware, please, that we have a natural profile, which is very which is like seen by our family, by our mates, by our friends, because they know us in real life. But we have an adapted profile which is something positive because we have to survive.
Yeah.
We have to face and to deal with persons, with decisions, with the environment, with the obstacles, etc., etc. So the delta here is the differences.
I may contribute here. For example, my profile is mainly blue, so
of course.
More.
And you have a lot of green, I think.
Yeah, but during the residential year and visits, had to be, as you mentioned, more green or more yellow, and also to increase my red, like result-oriented, focused year. It was 100th anniversary. So this was very helpful to learn the profiles and to have a kind of adaptive leadership, situational leadership focus during that period. It was very helpful.
And it's like a role play because you are a big manager. You are a manager actually in your professional life, but you are also a past JCI world president, so you have to take decisions to deliver speeches, motivational speeches, etc., which is more red and yellow energy. But you have the chance also to have the green side. You are an active listener. You have an empathy. You are also a person working on the strategy. You are a consultant, so it's a blue side, blue and green side. And this is like a role play or adapted profile that permit to you to like to survive the environment and to deal with the environment criteria, which is very important for me. For example, I'm happy, I'm thankful because I have my yellow side, which is very very high, and my yellow profile can offer me the opportunity to deliver trainings, to talk to people because it's extroverted energy, to talk also to people in the radio because green people are not really able to make a radio show, but they can learn. This is the new thing. They can learn, they can follow maybe skills, but they have to make effort about that. My red energy, I accepted that, but I worked a lot to be more diplomatic, to be more communicator, and to be more not really just focused on the goals, but having more like a seaside for the environment and for the all the team. This is very important. My challenges is not really working on team, that I was a little bit individualistic person and really task oriented, and I worked a lot for to improve that. I will add another part before maybe listening to some questions. People are not just colors or energies, but they have what we call the motivations or the Sprenger motivations. So colors were founded or were invented by Marston, who is a great psychologist. Another psychologist worked a lot about the motivations, and we will try to mix the motivations with the colors, and we will see, guys, here that we will have a balance, because if we consider just the human being colors or energies, we will not really get something very balanced. But when we'll add the motivations, now you will understand everything about the human being. So we have 6 motivations. The first one is cognitive. Cognitive are people who want to learn something new every day, who are following the radio shows maybe or TV shows. They are watching something on YouTube. They are reading books all the time, articles, etc. They are focused on learning and getting the informations. Some people don't have that. This is not their motivation. That's okay. I have a college degree. I followed studies, but that's okay for me. I don't need to read a book. I don't need to see or to watch something on YouTube or to follow a conference or to attend a webinar, that's not really great motivation for me. But people here in our conference, actually, Ismail, are cognitive persons because they want to learn something new. This is why they are attending this conference. So this is the first motivation. Imagine that we have a cognitive motivation and you are a red person. A red person will take the decision very fast. But if we will add the cognitive motivation, they will try to think a little bit before, you know? So it's a balance. Don't be afraid. You have red energy, but you are a cognitive person.
Yeah.
So if we mix the two, both of them together, it will balance the person, and the person will take a decision with a little bit delay, because they have to focus on the information before taking the decision, and you will be balanced. This is an example. The second one is aesthetic. Person who are aesthetic persons, they are inspired by art, by something, by beauty, by something beautiful, and they are able to see the good part of the person in front of them, and they are optimistic persons. When you are aesthetic person, your job will be done, you will be precise, will be very involved in your job, and your delivery will be with a high quality. So it will balance other colors. Maybe it will make dark other colors like green and blue, because you are aesthetic person and you are blue and green. So you will be more involved in the job, but your delivery will take a lot of time. So you will make some delay maybe. We don't need such persons in industrial environment when people are working too fast and we have to go ahead for the objectives. This is the second one. So aesthetic can improve some colors and maybe can decrease other colors. The third one is utilitarian motivation, which is a person who are focused on investing time on something useful, investing money on something useful, and they want to do everything in an effective way. They want to know what's the purpose of achieving their objectives, what's the values, result, and profitability. So they are more working on in the economical side. But the problem is that when you are, for example, a red person with utilitarian motivation, focusing on objective and focusing on money, so you will be a selfish person. This is a big problem. But if you are a yellow person and with utilitarian motivation, and the yellow person is a person who invests in everything, who wanna buy everything, you will think a little bit before maybe buying something at $1,000. If you don't need it, you don't have to buy it. But maybe if your utilitarian part is decreasing a lot or is low, you will be able to buy anything. If you don't, even if you don't need it. So this is a part of utilitarian motivation. Let's finish with the three others motivations, which is altruistic. Altruistic persons are human-oriented, are working a lot in associations and NGOs. They are dedicated to others, and it will balance, this motivation will balance your colors too. So if you are a green person and also with the altruistic motivation, it's a loss. It's a big fail for you, because you are oriented, human-oriented, and you are also altruistic. So your life is 100% dedicated to others. The problem is that you will find that it's not really a good motivation. But if you are altruistic person and you are a red person, you can lead people without hurting them. and this is a good thing. So it make a balance. Let's move to the individualistic motivation. People who are selfish, who want to exert the leadership, who want to also make accomplishment, but for themselves, just for themselves. They are motivated by the leadership values and guiding persons. The individualistic persons will be, or motivation will be good for the green, because the green is naturally altruistic. If he or she will have individualistic motivation, it will balance. So he or she will think about him or herself. Yeah, I want to do something for me also. And the dangerous motivation, or the most complicated one, is ideological motivation. It's not about just a religion, but also about values, about principles, life principles. And people who are focused on this part, ideological motivation, who have a high ideological motivation, they will be more focused on themselves and not really flexible with others. They will fight a lot for them, for their values, and they are not really able to listen to others and to focus on the environment. So maybe the red with ideological motivation is like you can't be a friend with those persons, you know, because they have a leadership, but they are focused on their values, and they don't want to listen to others, and they don't want to know something new about you. But for example, for the yellow, it's good, because they will try to think also before saying something. The yellow persons have a challenge, which is they are joking a lot, and maybe some jokes are not really acceptable when they say that. So with some ideology, they will maybe think a little bit before saying something. I think that it's okay. This is like a graph, or something to show the motivation. This is an example that the test can offer to you. And after that, you will get all the mix with all the interpretation here. Last part, which is the what we call the phases, or the psychology phases. We have 8 ones. The first one is the directive person, so it's like focused on the red energy. For example, here we have the clear part, or the clear gray for the adapted profile, and the dark one is for the natural, as you see in the slide. So 100% working on the red energy is a directive person who wanna lead, who wanna give instructions, and moving forward just for the goals. If you are a mix between the red and the yellow, you are more in the persuasive person who wanna pursue other people. If you are more in the yellow side, you are expressive persons, so you are more communicators, etc. For this part, going from the yellow to the green, it's interactive person, because they can listen to others and also express themselves. So they can interact, they can be facilitators, etc. The green part, 100%, is more collaborative, just focusing on helping others. Maybe the other side, for between the green and the blue, it's coordinating. And we have the, as you said, analytical person is a blue person. And if we have a mix between the red and the blue, we have organizing person. This is the faces that we have. So we have 4 colors, we have 6 motivations, and we have also 8 faces in our psychology. The message here that I wanna add is that very, very important that you know yourself, accept yourself, which is very important, and also work on your own profile. I will add 2 other tips later, but
I thank you very much for this valuable information that you shared. Meanwhile, if you have questions, you may put to ask a question part. This is for audience, then I may direct that one to Fares. My question will be how we relate that one with the future. So knowing our current profile, how it will help for preparation for the future, for new era.
Yeah, that's a good question. If I know my profile, I will know my something strong on me, and also the strengths and weaknesses, or maybe the pain points. The question is here: if you know that, and if you are conscious, you will make decisions. You will set goals, and you will set smart goals, which is very important. And in this period of confinement, we have a lot of time, because when we were in the normal period before the COVID-19, I think that we are not really aware about ourselves, because we don't have time. We are running all the time. It's a rush. So I think, and I believe that now it's time for self-profiling, to know my weaknesses, to know my strengths, to know which opportunities to look for, and also to take our time to change the habits. I will talk about the habit later, but we have bad habits and good habits. And I want to mention here that in one of the most known books about habits, which is The Power of Habits of Charles Duhigg, Power of Habits, they mention in the book that the habits are just memorized in part of the brain, which is the basal ganglia. And in the basal ganglia, the human being don't know which is the good habit and the bad habit. We don't know the differences between them. So it's just a habit memorized in this part of the brain. So if you will make a profiling, you will be aware that maybe I have bad habits, for example, like smoking. And I want to change, because I want to move from actual situation to desired situations. But if you want to change, we have to set smart goals. And these smart goals, I will just move something. For example, what's the habit? It's three parts. The first part is the cue, which is the signal. The second part is the routine, which is the thing that you do every time. And the third part is what we call the reward. For example, I'm reading a book. The signal or the cue is that I saw something on the Facebook, or a cover, or a library, or maybe I saw something on the TV show. They are talking about a book. So a book. So I will just activate something on me, and I will go to my library to take a book and to read it. Reading the book is the routine. And the third part is the reward. My reward is to get new information, to be satisfied, or to be happy. Another example, smoking. It's a bad habit. The signal or the cue is that I smelled the smoke. I saw a person smoking a cigarette. I saw a packet of cigarette, or a poster, something like that. That activate the routine. The routine is I will take a cigarette and I will smoke it. The third part, the reward, or I think it's my reward. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. This last satisfaction after the cigarette. The problem is that they discovered that you can change easily the cue and the reward. The only thing that we have to change is the routine. And the routine is that you will just add something new or replace the old routine. For example, I'm smoking, the cue activate the smoking habit. The routine is to take a cigarette, but I will change it. So I will maybe drink water. I will maybe walk. I will
this
maybe
means to replace
take a
with
switch.
something else, correct?
Replace it with something else, with something new, and keeping the cue, the same signal, and keeping the same reward. I will show you another example in the slide later. But this is my proposition to all people here, is that you will think about yourself, you will work on your bad habits and change it with the new habits, with that technique, the cue, the routine, and the reward.
Okay, it's very good.
Yeah.
So the first thing was to know ourselves. So this is the change starts by knowing ourselves.
Of course.
And then
of course
we have to start to change the way we move forward. So to change our routines, and this means we will start to change our habits during this journey. It will help the preparation. Yeah,
it's like rethinking your life, actually, because you have a lot of time confined at home. So take a piece of paper, work on your skill, and take a decision. Because if you don't take a decision now, and maybe we will be deconfined later, so we'll be back to our routine, we will be back to our rushing rhythm. You will not have the time to make the self profiling or the self diagnostic.
Routines has a big strength in that perspective. That if we do something repeatedly, then it becomes a habit during that period.
Yeah, because we do all of that unconsciously. And as I said, the brain can't distinguish the bad and the good habits. So it's just information memorized on this part of the brain, which is the basal ganglia. So the routine is a big challenge. When you will add a new routine, maybe and probably the cue or the signal will change, because this is why we talk about the second step, which is avoiding the cue. When you will avoid the cue, all the loop or the habit loop will be cancelled.
Meanwhile, Tanya had a question regarding, will we have slides available for review? We will be sharing the video and also your contact details with speaker, with Fares, and we may, I believe, easily.
No problem. I will send it to Ismail, and Ismail will share it on the Gain Global website. No problem.
Yeah, thank you for that. So we may move to your final part, like the second part of
the final part. I will explain. I will explain more the habits, and we will close our conference. So may I share again the screen? Give me 1 minute, and now I will talk about the let's say the habits. I will explain more the loop of the habit, because this is the like basics, or this is the most important part of our conference today. Talking about profiling, it's good. Many people want to make the profile or get their profiles. I want to mention something before starting the last part. That when you will do your profiling, don't be shocked. Or let's say 90% of persons will say be criticized. You don't want to be like judged, and that's normal. This is why I want to share with you here the last part. just second. Yes, that's okay. Normally you are seeing now the slide. We'll explain just this. Are you seeing actually the slides?
Now we have it. I will turn to full screen.
Not yet?
Yes. We may continue.
Okay, nice. Okay, nice. So we have this part, which is the queue, the routine, the reward. I talked about it. This is the habit loop, and in the part of the routine we have the craving, something that we want to do, and it's like a voice encouraging us to move forward for something. For example, we have Ramadan, and fasting in Ramadan, maybe a voice will give you some information like I want to eat, I want to drink, something like that, especially in the summertime. So craving is a big problem for the habits, and as you see, we have the brain here. I can tell the difference between a good and bad habit. I'm looking to save effort here. This is why the brain can distinguish the bad and the good habits, because we have to save the effort. Imagine that you are thinking a lot about your habits in every second, or you have a lot of information, thousands of informations invading your brain, so it will be unsupportable. We have the unconscious routines that we follow. About 40% of our actions by day are unconscious, and we don't think about them. And this is a big challenge. When you will recognize your profile, recognize your weaknesses, your strengths, you will be able to fight, and will be able to avoid the cue, which is something that activates the routine and activates the habit, and you will find a new routine. This is an example, and I will finish with that. One of the golden rule of habit change, which is keep the cue and reward, replace the routine. And after that, you will replace also, or you will avoid the cue and maybe cancel or delete this bad habit. For example, I'm not happy, so I'm sad, I have to go outside. Maybe this is a real example of all of us worldwide, because we are confined. So here the cue, I'm not happy, I want to go outside. The routine is going to the cafe, going to the pub, and the reward is talking to others and chatting, meeting friends. Now we have to change something. Maybe the cue is the same thing, we are not happy, but the routine is going to the pub. Maybe I will go to the web conference, or maybe using one of the tools that we have, like WhatsApp or others, to talk to people, so not going to the pub. And the reward is the same, because now I'm talking to Ismail, I'm talking to all people in the conference. So at the same time, and we'll imagine that maybe we are in the cafe together, but it's in the digital way. So here we will see that you have to identify the routine, experiment the rewards, isolate the cue, and have a plan. And when we talk about plan, this is very important. We have to set goals, and the goals must be specific, which is very precise, measurable, because we have to measure also your tools, your capacities, your competences, etc. Is it achievable or not? Do I have the power to accomplish it? This is very important. Is it realistic? Something realistic that I have to do. For example, waking up early in the morning. This is a new habit. Maybe is it realistic that I have the habit to wake up at 8, and tomorrow I will say I will wake up at 5 a.m. This is not really realistic for now, maybe in 6 months. So I have to set a smart goal and going step by step to develop my plan and my strategy in a period, in a time, because we have to fix the duration or the period to realize our goals. So this is my proposition today. If you want to open for a few minutes for the questions, if you have other questions, I'm yours. Thank you so much.
I'm really thankful, Fares. It was very helpful, also very beneficiary. So if we brief, one is to understand
so much.
Understand ourselves, to know each other, and then move forward with changing habits that will reach us to our SMART goals. So this is a journey, and I believe this time is a really great period for preparing for that. Hopefully we can sustain also during this period, because to keep our health balance is very important. We are not used to these periods of time. We face a lot of challenge worldwide, but this is a different challenge. I hope that the participants benefit a lot from your contribution. We will have chance to share, as you mentioned, the slides, as well as the video will be available also for replay and in the YouTube. I will turn to you for your final remarks, and then we close our session.
So thank you so much for everybody for watching this conference. Thank you, Ismail, for this invitation. I want to say something very important. Know yourself, improve yourself, and move forward, because it's very important. And don't forget that we have to balance ourselves. For example, if you work on an environment which demands a lot of energy, so you will offer from your yellow energy and red energy a lot. When you will be back at home, or will be back with the family, maybe we need to develop our green energy. This is why your colors is like, sorry for the example, but this is the reality. It's like dogs. Don't feed them a lot, and also try to balance them. Because they will be not really happy with that situation. So for me, for example, to change a lot, I'm working a lot on my energy to balance it and to have style of life, even in this special period and situation, which is the confinement situation. Last word, thank you so much again. Be confined, stay home, stay safe, and thank you again, Ismail, for this invitation. Thank you guys for attending this conference. See you.
I'm thankful, Fares. It was a pleasure to have a chance to talk with you, to see you, and also to learn from the experience that you had. This was very beneficiary. I would like to thank also our audience, and thank you for being part of this session. Thursday, we will have one more session for this week. You are welcome to be part of it. Stay at home, stay safe, and we hope that we can see each other very soon. Please take care.
Thank you.
And bye. Thank you. Thank you.